the sun beating down on Elmwood Lane like it had a grudge. Birds chirping their last innocent tune before everything went to hell. That's when Karen exploded, literally. One shot cracked the sky. Then another. Her rifle barking fury at a news chopper humming overhead. "They're coming for me," she screamed. Voice raw as gravel. Convinced the CIA had her in their crosshairs. But what? It started small, didn't it? A backyard barbecue gone wrong. A misplaced lawn chair. And suddenly, the world's ending. Can you feel that knot in your gut already? The one that says this woman's about to learn the hard way? Karen Whitaker had always been the queen of complaints in Elmwood. 52. With a perm that screamed, "I peaked in the 80s, and a minivan plastered in faded, thin blue line stickers. She patrolled her cul-de-sac like a hawk on Red Bull. Remember that heavy sigh she'd let out whenever the Ramirez family fired up their grill? The scent of sizzling carnitas wafting over the fence, smoky, spicy, alive, while Karen's microwave dinners turned to mush. "This neighborhood's gone to the dogs," she'd mutter to no one, slamming her screen door so hard the hinges groaned in protest. But it wasn't just the smells that got her. It was the noise. The laughter spilling from their backyard parties. The kids' soccer ball thumping against the chain link like a heartbeat she couldn't silence. Take last Tuesday. The Ramirez's, good folks. Maria the mom with her warm smile and calloused hands from nursing shifts. Javier the dad coaching Little League on weekends, had invited the whole block for a potluck. Those fresh guac. That zesty lime cutting through the humid air like a promise of better days. Karen showed up, uninvited, of course, clutching a store-bought Jell-O salad that wobbled like her temper. "This is America," she announced, voice slicing through the chatter like a dull knife. "We speak English here. And what's with the fireworks? 4th of July's over." Fireworks? Javier had just lit a few sparklers for the kids. But Karen, it was an invasion. An assault. Her face flushed beet red, veins bulging like rivers about to flood. The murmurs started, awkward coughs, eyes darting away. Maria tried. "Oh God." She tried. "Karen, join us. Have a bite." But Karen? She snatched her salad bowl and stormed off, muttering about illegals taking over. You'd think that'd be the end of it, right? A bruised ego. A night of Fox News reruns to soothe the sting. But paranoia? It's a sneaky bastard. It creeps in like fog off the lake. Thick and choking. By Friday, Karen was pacing her kitchen, phone glued to her ear, ranting to her sister in Ohio about government spies. Why the CIA? Blame the news. That segment on border security she'd binged, twisting facts into fever dreams. "They're watching me because of the Ramirez's," she'd whisper to her cat, Mr. Whiskers, who just blinked yellow eyes in bored judgment. The helicopter? It wasn't even there for her. Channel 7 was covering the local fair, cotton candy scents drifting from the park 2 blocks over. Ferris wheel creaking under laughing teens. But when the whir of rotors cut the sky, Karen saw Black Ops. Her hands trembled as she yanked the rifle from the gun safe, Daddy's old Remington, oiled and waiting like a bad habit. Bam! The first shot rang out, splintering a branch from the maple tree. Birds erupted in a feathered frenzy, wings slapping air like applause for the insane. The chopper dipped, pilot Jake Harlan gripping the stick, heart slamming against his ribs. "What the? We've got gunfire. Suburban shooter." His voice cracked over the radio, sweat beading despite the AC blast. Below, Javier Ramirez scooped up his daughter Sofia, 5 years old, pigtails flying, and dove behind the grill. Charred burger patties sizzled forgotten on the coals, smoke curling up like SOS signals. "Papa, why's the mean lady mad?" Sofia whimpered, her small hand clutching his shirt, the fabric damp with his fear sweat. Maria froze mid-prayer. Rosary beads clicking softly. Her breath hitching in sharp, shallow gasps. Across the street, old Mr. Thompson peeked from his blinds. Phone dialing 911 with arthritic fingers that fumbled the numbers twice. Karen didn't stop. "Oh no. You think you can silence me?" she howled. Reloading with jerky motions. Shells clattering to the patio like fallen stars. The air thickened with cord, sharp, burning your nostrils if you got too close. Another crack. This one pinged off the chopper's skid, sending Jake into a spiral dive. Rotors thumping like a migraine. He banked hard, camera lens swinging wild, capturing it all, Karen's wild-eyed rage. The Ramirez kids' terror-struck faces peeking over the fence. "CIA bastards. I know your game." Her voice broke on a sob. Mascara streaking black rivers down her cheeks. Was it fury? Fear? Or just the echo of every petty grudge she'd nursed like a grudge? Twist here. Folks, turns out that spy chopper had filmed her weeks ago. Not for secrets, but for the Neighborhood Watch app. Her midnight rants about those people next door? Viral. Comments flooding in, classic Karen. Call the manager? Call the cops. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder. A symphony of doom closing in. Karen dropped to one knee, rifle barrel smoking, chest heaving with ragged breaths. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows that clawed at her like accusations. What had she done? The realization hit like a gut punch, slow, nauseating. No black helicopters landing for extraction. Just blue and whites screeching to a halt. Officers spilling out with vests gleaming and guns drawn. "Ma'am, drop the weapon. Now." Led Officer Ramirez, no relation, but fate's got a sick sense of humor, barked the order. His voice steady as granite. Javier's cousin. Actually, fresh from the academy. Eyes narrowing at the woman who'd terrorized his family. She complied. Finally, rifle clattering to the grass with a final, defeated thud. Handcuffs clicked cold around her wrists, the metal biting into skin softened by years of privilege. As they marched her to the cruiser, neighbors gathered, whispers swelling to a buzz. Maria stepped forward, face a mask of quiet steel. "You scared my babies," she said, voice low but laced with thunder. "But we're not leaving. This is our home too." Karen's lip quivered. I thought. But words failed, dissolving into a choked gasp. The chopper hovered safe now. Lights blinking like judgmental eyes. Broadcasting live, suburban standoff ends in arrest. Court came swift. A whirlwind of depositions and dash cams. Felony discharge. Reckless endangerment, piled on like the grudges she'd hoarded. Her job at the real estate office? Gone. Can't have shooters selling dream homes, her boss drawled over the phone. That southern twang dripping pity. The HOA? They evicted her from the board she'd clawed onto. Her community standards, speeches now punchlines at block parties. Alone in her rental, house sold to pay fines, Karen stared at peeling wallpaper, the silence deafening without her echoes. "Mr." Whiskers bolted for the Ramirez's yard one dawn. Drawn to Maria's gentle scratches and tuna treats. Even the cat knew. But here's the climax. The gut wrench that flips the script. Months later, Sofia Ramirez, that pigtailed firecracker, started a lemonade stand. Not just any funds for Jake Harlan's Wings of Hope, a scholarship for kids scared by violence. Karen wandered by, digging crumpled bills from her purse. For the pilot, she mumbled, voice a whisper lost in the breeze. Sophia looked up. No hate, just wide-eyed wonder. "Thank you, Mum. Want a cup? It's got extra lime." Karen nodded. "Throat tight?" the tart zing hitting her tongue like forgiveness she didn't deserve. She walked away lighter, shadows shrinking behind her. In the end, Karen's rifle didn't start a war, it shattered her walls. Paranoia? It's the real enemy, feeding on fear till it starves us all. But justice? It's not vengeance, it's that quiet stand, the hand extended across the fence. Next time you hear rotors in the sky, ask yourself, who's really watching? And who needs to listen? Because in Elmwood, or anywhere, kindness reloads faster than hate ever could. What a ride. Hit like if you've got a Karen story, and subscribe for more tales that hit home.